Hello everyone, welcome to Free Life Science class. Today we are going to study about DNA repair mechanism, and one more thing, you can also follow me at my Facebook page Education Plus. There also you can get this videos, and also you will get notes, different notes, handwritten notes, etc. on the Facebook page. So you can follow me on that page also. Let's move into our topic. Okay. So here in this slide, you can see the different classification of repair mechanism. Isn't it? Yes. The first one is direct reversal. What is direct reversal? Direct reversal means if any damage which is happening inside a DNA, for example, if a dimer is occurred inside a DNA, then this type of mechanism, that is direct reversal repair mechanism, can remove this incorrect base into normal. Such type of reversal or such type of repair mechanism are included in the direct reversal repair mechanism, and examples are photoreactivation and methyl group removal. Okay, so the next classification is if any damage that is happening to single strand, that is single strand damage. So in this we are again classified these into three, that is base excision repair mechanism, nucleotide excision repair mechanism, and mismatch repair mechanism. Okay, then the other classification is double stranded breaks. In case of double stranded breaks, that is both the damage are occurred in two strands. In such cases, non-homologous enjoining, microhomology mediated enjoining, homologous recombination, these three mechanisms will get activated. So here in this video, we are going to focus on single strand damage. That is, we are going to discuss about these three mechanisms. Okay. So we are going to focus on these three mechanisms. First one is base excision repair mechanism. What is base excision repair mechanism? For replacement of unknown bases or incorrect bases, these type of repair mechanism get activated. For example, here you can see a structure of uracil, hypoxanthine and 5-methyl adenosine. Actually, these are not correct bases of a DNA, that are unusual bases in DNA. So we have to remove that unusual bases or incorrect bases. Okay, so uracil, in the sense it is seen in RNA, it is a correct base. But if it is seen in DNA, we can say it is an unusual base in DNA. So we have to remove it. So in such particular type of DNA, unusual bases, the repair mechanism which get activated is the base excision repair mechanism. From the name itself, we can identify that base, that is a single base, is going to be removed by the repair mechanism. Okay, so we have to remove a single base, not more bases. Okay, only a single base is removed in the case of base excision repair mechanism. Okay, let's move into the major enzymes involved in this machinery, that is in the base excision repair mechanism. Okay, which are the main enzymes that are involved in this base excision repair mechanism? First enzyme involved is the glycosylase. Okay, glycosylase is the main enzyme which is involved in the base excision repair mechanism. So in case of uracil, we call it as, if the unusual base is uracil, then the glycosylase enzyme which act on that is uracil glycosylase. If it is hypoxanthine, then we call it as hypoxanthine glycosylase. If in the case of 5-methyl adenosine, then we call it as 5-methyl adenosine glycosylase. Okay, likewise it is so named. So glycosylase is the first enzyme which have a role in removing the unusual base. The next enzyme seen in this machinery is endonuclease. Endonuclease, we know that the major function of endonuclease will make a break in the double-stranded DNA, inside the double-stranded DNA. If it is making breaks in the ends, then we call it as exonuclease. Here, it will make breaks inside the DNA. So, we will call it as endonuclease. Okay. The third enzyme is DNA polymerase 1. And the fourth enzyme which is involved, or the last enzyme which is involved in this machinery, is ligase enzyme. Okay. So we can move into the picture so that you can understand how this machinery is involved in repair mechanism. So this is a common structure you can identify easily. So here you can see a damaged base in the double strand. Okay, so one damaged base, or you can say in case it is a uracil is incorporated inside a strand, in one strand of the DNA. Then what happens? The uracil glycosylase, because we assumed it as uracil, hence we take this uracil glycosylase for removing this unusual base. Okay, so this uracil glycosylase will remove that unusual base, leaving a gap there. Okay, so here a gap is formed, and this gap should be filled by the DNA polymerase, but DNA polymerase cannot act in a gap formed, so that the other enzyme, the second enzyme we mentioned, that is endonuclease. So this endonuclease will come and cleave the DNA. So what happens when a break is formed? Now our DNA polymerase can move through this break so that it can synthesize DNA from this end. A free OH end is there, so that the DNA polymerase can add nucleotide. So this portion will be removed. Okay, this portion will be removed, and the DNA polymerase fills the gap by adding nucleotides. Okay, so these nucleotides are added. Then after that, a nick will be there. That nick will be joined by the help of ligase enzyme. Okay, biological glue. This ligase enzyme fills this gap. Okay, this is the function of base excision repair mechanism. Okay, so here you can see that two type of mechanism are there, long patch and a short patch. Here, in case of long patch, what happens is that another enzyme, a flap endonuclease, also comes and helps in the removal of these segment. Okay, so one endonuclease will remove this segment, and other endonuclease known as flap endonuclease will cleave the other end. But in the case of short patch, if there is only if we want to remove only a short segment or short sequence, then this endonuclease is enough. So we do not want another endonuclease to remove the extra portion. Okay, this extra portion, so that only the endonuclease, only one endonuclease will get activated. After that, what happens? Ligase enzyme will come, and then polymerase enzyme will act on it, synthesize the DNA. Then ligase enzyme will join that two segments. That is, it will join the nick formed. This is the function of, this is the method of base excision repair mechanism. Okay. This is another diagram of base excision repair mechanism. In this case, here you can see that this portion is short patch base excision repair mechanism. Here you can see long patch base excision repair mechanism. And here you can see the enzymes used. Here we are using monofunctional DNA glycosylase. If a DNA damage is occurred, here we use a monofunctional DNA glycosylase which will remove the damaged base. Only its function is only to remove the damaged base, that is unusual base. After that a gap is formed. Then our endonuclease, here the name is APE1. Endonuclease will comes and bind to this segment and cleave that portion. So this damaged portion is now exposed and it is removed. Now our polymerase beta, okay, DNA polymerase beta will come and add the nucleotides here, and the ligase enzyme will join that two segment of the DNA. This is the function of short nuclear base excision repair mechanism. But in the case of long patch, what happens is that we use a bifunctional DNA glycosylase which have a lyase activity also. So what happens? So it will remove the damaged base and also block the 3' termini. Then another enzyme, that is endonuclease, named as 3'-phosphodiesterase. The name is same, you can see the name APE1, but here we use only the endonuclease. Here we use 3'-phosphodiesterase enzyme because our 3' terminal is blocked. Then we use the pCNA, polymerase delta and epsilon, then FEN1. These three comes and joins to the DNA. After that, the nucleotides are added. Then ligase enzyme will join the DNA. This is the method of action of long patch base excision repair mechanism. Okay, so let's move into the next type of repair mechanism, that is nucleotide excision repair mechanism. Here you can see the major enzymes UVRB, UVRC complex. Then the next protein is or enzyme is UVRD, which we can also say it is a helicase enzyme. Then the next enzyme which is acting is DNA polymerase. The next one is ligase. Now we can move into the method by which this nucleotide excision repair mechanism acts. Okay. This mechanism actually appears when the damage is occurred due to the UV light. Okay. A DNA is damaged due to the UV light. Okay. Basically what happens is that when UV light hits on the DNA, if any timing is placed nearby in the DNA sequence, then they will form a dimer. Okay, so this dimer formation is an unusual type of base pairing. It's not seen in the normal DNA. So we have to remove the dimer formed. So what is the next step? So the several enzymes are there. They will come and remove the dimer. But normal enzyme cannot remove this type of lesion. So a set of enzymes are there. So we have already discussed in that enzymes in the previous slide, that is UVRB, UVRC complex, then UVRD, then DNA polymerase, then ligase enzyme. These 4 or 5 proteins are very necessary to remove this type of thymine dimers. Okay. So in the first step, what happens? Our UVRB and UVRC complex will come and binds to the site of damage. But the UVRC is the correct enzyme which have the ability to cleave the DNA. So that UVRB then recruits the UVRC to the particular site. Okay, so the first step is the UVRB and UVRC complex bind to the DNA. This is an energy dependent process. So one molecule of ATP is required in this step. That is, when UVRB UVRC complex binds to the DNA, need one ATP molecule. That is, they need energy. In the next step, what happens? This UVRB complex will recruit the UVRC to the actual site of damage. So this UVRB need another molecule of ATP to recruit the UVRC to the particular region of the damage. Okay, so the next step is the cleavage of the DNA. Okay, so our UVRB UVRC complex, in that UVRC will cleave the DNA. So for this, another molecule of ATP is required. So in total, UVRB UVRC complex need 3 molecule of ATP for the cleaving of this DNA, for cleavage of DNA. So this UVRB UVRC, in that UVRC cleave this strand here and here, but actually what happens is that here is a hydrogen bond. Here is a hydrogen bond that is existing between the base pair, isn't it? Yes. So we have to remove that hydrogen bond. Again, one molecule of ATP is required for the process, and also another complex, another protein known as UVRD, that is a helicase enzyme actually. So this UVRD complex then binds to the DNA and removes these hydrogen bond and helps in the removal of this segment from the DNA. So this segment is removed from the normal DNA. So actually the lesion is removed. Then DNA polymerase 1 will comes and binds to the 3-OH, free 3-OH, and add the bases to the DNA. This is the process of nucleotide excision repair mechanism. So once again, we can explain all of the process again. Okay, so what happens? First, the UVRB UVRC complex comes and binds to the DNA. ATP is required in the process. Then what happens? The UVRC complex have the nuclease activity. It will cleave the DNA so that this B will recruit the C to the actual position. Okay, so the C will comes and cleave the DNA. After that, what happens? Our UVRD complex will comes and bind to the DNA and removes the hydrogen bonds and helps in removing the broken segment. Okay, so it will remove that. Then the next enzyme, that is DNA polymerase 1 and the ligase enzyme, comes and binds to that region. The DNA polymerase will add the nucleotides and the ligase enzyme, which will help in binding the two segments, or it will fills the gap. Okay, it will helps in filling the nick. This is the process of nucleotide excision repair mechanism. I hope you all understand about nucleotide excision repair mechanism. Next, we are moving into the other process, that is direct reversal. Okay, so it will be explained in another video, but here the diagram is already given in this diagram. So we are going to explain one of the mechanism of direct reversal repair mechanism, that is photoreactivation. If in the case of photoreactivation, say if UV light hits on the DNA, thymine dimers are formed. So here in the photoreactivation process, an enzyme known as photolyase, okay, comes and binds to the site where the thymine dimer is formed, and by the help of visible light, this thymine dimer formed is removed and the thymine will be get normal, or thymine is now normal. Okay, so here only one enzyme is involved, that is photolyase, which will binds to the lesion, and after that by getting visible light it will remove, or it will clear out that unusual base into normal, or it will reverse that dimer into the normal one. This is the process of photoreactivation. So here the thymine dimer bond is broken and now the DNA is now normal. This is direct reversal type of repair mechanism by photoreactivation. Okay, let's move into the next mechanism. That is mismatch repair mechanism. These are the major enzymes involved in the mismatch repair mechanism. Which are the enzymes that are involved in this process? MUT-S, MUT-L and MUT-H. These are a set of proteins which helps in removing the unusual bases from the DNA. Okay, and these three are additional enzyme which helps in the mismatch repair mechanism. And the other two enzyme after removing the unusual bases, DNA polymerase and ligase enzyme, which will helps in adding nucleotides and join the nick respectively. Okay, let's move into the diagram so that you can understand the process very much. So here is a beautiful diagram. From this you can clearly understand what is mismatch repair mechanism. Okay, so in this first diagram you can see that here is a faulty base pairing, that is unusual base pairing is occurred inside a DNA. But how the DNA is identified? Is it a parent strand or newly synthesized strand? For that, some enzyme uses some technique for identifying the parent strand and the daughter strand. So this is the copy and this is the parent strand. So here you can see a methylation is done in the adenosine or adenine base. Okay, so here you can see a base pair, a short segment GATC, and in the parent strand this adenine is methylated. So this enzyme can recognize this strand is the parent strand and the unmethylated strand is the daughter strand. By this method they will identify the parent strand and the daughter strand. So which are these enzymes which will recognize this methylation? Let's move into that. So first of all, I will ask you one question. How these unusual bases are appeared in the DNA? There is a lot of chance of forming these unusual bases inside the DNA. A first condition is if cytosine is deaminated, what will happen? It will change into uracil. Uracil base pair with adenine. This is an unusual base pairing. So if in the case of uracil or hypoxanthine, these are unusual base pair which are seen in the DNA and they are dangerous too. So we have to remove it. So in cases of such conditions, we have to activate some more relevant system, that is repair system, that is mismatch repair system. So in case of base excision repair mechanism, only a single base is identified and removed. But in the case of mismatch repair mechanism, that is base pairing occurred between the two strands, that is parent strand and the daughter strand. For example, the uracil base paired with adenine, which is identified by this machinery. That is the difference, main difference between base excision repair mechanism and the mismatch repair mechanism. Okay. So there is a set of enzymes which helps in this process, and the set of enzymes are MUT-L, MUT-S and MUT-H along with the UVRD will repair the DNA. Okay, so first of all the MUT-L and MUT-S. Here you can see a light rose color, that is MUT-S. So this MUT-S and MUT-L will comes and bind as a complex. This MUT-H will binds to the another side. So the first thing, that is MUT-S and MUT-L will comes and binds to the incorrect base. Okay. So the first condition is binding of MUT-S and MUT-L to the faulty base paired region. Then the next enzyme, that is MUT-H. MUT-H will comes and binds to that region, where that region means this region where methylation is seen, and identify the parent strand and the daughter strand. This is important because here a base pairing is formed. So we have to remove the unusual base. So the enzyme which cannot recognize is it a correct base or is it a correct base. It cannot recognize. Only if it is recognized, then we have to understand which is the parent strand. So parent strand have all the correct sequences. So we have to identify the parent strand and remove that unusual base from the daughter strand. Okay, for that the MUT-H will help. So MUT-H will comes and bind to the parent strand so that it will identify. Then the MUT-L, which have the ability to cleave the DNA, which act as a nuclease, will comes and cleave the daughter strand. Okay, it will cleave the daughter strand. After that, the UVRD enzyme, then single stranded binding proteins, these all will comes and binds to the DNA. Then what happens? Then synthesis of new strand by the DNA polymerase will done. Okay. Because a stretch of sequence is removed, here the DNA polymerase 3 is going to be activated. But in the case of base excision repair mechanism as well as nucleotide excision repair mechanism, in that both cases, the DNA polymerase 1 is getting activated. But in the case in this case, that is in MER, the DNA polymerase 3 is getting activated and adds the nucleotides. After that, what happens? The ligase enzyme will seals the DNA. Okay, this is the process done by the mismatch repair machinery. Okay, so this is all about repair mechanism. So one more slide is there. We are going to compare all three mechanisms, that is base excision repair mechanism, mismatch excision repair mechanism and nucleotide excision repair mechanism in one single slide. So if you are interested in my videos, please like my videos, and also if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notification when I upload new videos. Okay, so let's compare these three. So this is a comparison chart between base excision repair mechanism, nucleotide excision repair mechanism and mismatch repair mechanism. Okay, so let's first discuss about base excision repair mechanism. In case of base excision repair mechanism, any unusual bases like uracil, hypoxanthine or 5-methyl adenosine. Okay, 5-methyl adenosine is incorporated inside the DNA. These type of unusual bases are removed by the help of glycosylases, and Then endonuclease will cleave that site. After that, DNA polymerase will comes and binds to that region and add nucleotides. Okay. After that, ligase enzyme will seals the DNA. This is the process of base excision repair mechanism. In the case of nucleotide excision repair mechanism, thymine dimers are formed due to the UV radiation. So if UV radiation is when hit on the DNA, what happens? Nearby placed thymine dimer will form, thymines will form dimer. Okay. So what happens? This will result in unusual base pairing, or this is an unusual dimer formation. We have to remove that lesion from the DNA. So for that, several enzymes are getting activated and remove that region. Okay. So here in this case, thymine dimers are removed by the help of UVRD, UVRB, UVRC complex. Then UVRD will act on it. Then after that, DNA polymerase and ligase will comes and remove, joins, add the nucleotides and seals the DNA. This is the function of nucleotide excision repair mechanism. And the last one is MMR pathway, that is mismatch repair mechanism. In this case, unusual base pairing is occurred. So the first enzyme which act on is MUT L and MUT S, which will recognize the unusual base pairing, and MUT H will recognize the parent strand. After that, the MUT L will cleave the DNA. Then our DNA polymerase will comes and binds to the cleaved end and add the nucleotides. So UVRD also helps in this machinery, that is UVRD is a helicase enzyme which will helps in removing the hydrogen bonds and keeps the two DNA strands separated. This is the same as that the single strand binding proteins. They will also help in keeping the two strands separated. They will only bind to the single strand. Okay. Thereby, all three mechanisms will remove the damaged base pairings or damaged bases or base pairings by their own repair mechanism. This is all about base excision repair mechanism, nucleotide excision mechanism and mismatch repair mechanism. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss with another topic, or we will discuss some previous year question paper related on this topic. So depending upon the time, the videos will be uploaded. Okay. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notifications. And also, if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up or like, or if you do not like my video, please, if you didn't like my video, please give me a dislike so that I can identify my mistake and can rectify that. Okay. So that's all about this video. Okay, let's see in another video. Bye bye.